Hey everyone, Pete from London Camera Exchange, and you join me here in Turkey, where I've come to meet with Sony to check out two new pieces of equipment. We've got the A9 III and the FE 300mm f2.8 G Master lens, and this is what they can do. After arriving in Turkey, we headed straight to the hotel, where the following morning we were presented with the A9 III before jumping on a coach to a local sports stadium to get a few hours of hands-on time with the new camera, capturing different sports and athletes. At the heart of the A9 III is a brand new and quite frankly a revolutionary world's first full-frame global shutter sensor capable of capturing 24.6 megapixel stills, and is one of the most exciting features of this camera. But what is global shutter? This is where the shutter mechanism used inside of the camera captures the entire frame simultaneously. In traditional rolling shutters, the image is captured by scanning across the frame from top to bottom or vice versa, resulting in potential issues like rolling shutter artifacts, where fast moving subjects or camera panning can cause distortion and screw the image. With a global shutter, all pixels on the camera's sensor are exposed to the light at the same time, and the entire image is captured in a single moment. This eliminates distortion like rolling shutter, allows for super quick shutter speeds like the A9's lightning fast 80,000 for the second, and is hugely beneficial in capturing fast moving objects or scenes where precise timing is crucial. Next up, we need to speak about the A9's continuous burst shooting capabilities. You can capture up to 120 frames per second at full resolution in RAW, blackout free, with both autofocus and auto exposure, which is insane and works so very well. This will clearly fill up your memory cards rather quickly, and to be honest, 120 frames per second isn't always required, although we all know that if the camera's got it, we're sure going to use it. But for those times when the action is a little slower, or maybe space on your cards is a little limited, you can step down to both 30 and 60 frames per second. But what happens if you suddenly need that speed of 120 frames per second? Well, thanks to the A9's new custom 5 button found on the front of the camera by the grip, you can now activate speed boost mode. When holding the C5 button in, the A9 will instantly switch to capture 120 frames per second until you let it go, where it will revert back to your previous chosen settings. With a new pre-capture function, you can now go back in time when capturing split-second moments. Now, this feature isn't exactly new to the industry, as we have seen similar in other camera brands, but for Sony it's a perfect mode for sports and wildlife shooting. You can select from an assortment of different times, and when in this mode, the A9 will continuously capture images on a rolling buffer when you half press the shutter. As the moment occurs, like the archer firing the arrow, you can press the shutter and those images being continuously captured are saved, as well as any others shot whilst holding the shutter button down. There are so many applications where this could be used, and I hate to say it, but using this in conjunction with the 120 frames per second, along with the autofocus and auto exposure tracking, really makes me think that it's almost impossible to miss your desired shot. Something I really love is that Sony has thought about your post-processing workflow too. Shooting multiple bursts at 120 frames per second clearly leaves you with a lot of images to cycle through, and it can be tricky to work out where some of those sequences start and finish. But when opening your images in Lightroom, each new burst sequence has a star marking its beginning, making it super quick to select that collection of images. The Mark III isn't just an exceptional stills camera though, it is an extremely capable video camera too. It has the ability to shoot 4K 60p footage from an oversampled 6K capture, delivering high resolution and amazing detail. This is also the first alpha camera to be able to offer 4K 120p movies without any cropping from your footage. Additionally, the camera records in 10-bit, allowing for greater colour depth and flexibility during post-production colour grading. It also features S-Log3 and S-Cinetone, two powerful colour grading profiles that enable you to achieve unmatched colour accuracy and tonality in your videos. And don't forget that the A9 will be using that global shutter, so there's no wobbly footage when panning quickly, no wonky fence post when shooting out of a moving vehicle, and ultimately no real presence of any distortion. With a 759-point phase detection AF tracking system, the A9 enables you to achieve razor-sharp focus on your subjects, regardless of your shooting conditions. These points are strategically placed throughout the frame to cover 95.6% of the area, and will detect even the slightest movement or change in your subject's position. They are also partnered with Sony's real-time recognition and real-time tracking, so you can capture fast-moving subjects with ease and accuracy, ensuring that every shot is perfectly focused and sharp. The A9 III can compensate for up to 8 stops of stabilisation, so no matter what situation you find yourself in, you can capture smooth and steady shots. Whether you're filming a fast-moving subject using a zoom lens or shooting in low-light conditions, this stabilisation ensures that your stills and video are always crisp and clear. We find a high-quality 9.44 million dot electronic viewfinder that can refresh at a speedy 240 frames per second. This is blackout free as previously mentioned, so you will never lose your subjects as they travel throughout your frame. In addition to the EVF, the camera comes equipped with a 3.2-inch 2.1 million dot 4-axis touchscreen that's previously been seen on the A7R V. This not only allows for quick and easy adjustments to your settings and focus points, but it's an excellent way to frame those trickier angle shots that we all love to capture. You can rest easy knowing that storage won't be a concern, as the A9 is equipped with a dual CFexpress Type A and SD card slots, meaning that you'll have plenty of space to store all of your high-resolution images and videos. With the world's first full-frame global shutter found inside of the Sony A9 III, along with that 120 frames per second continuous burst shooting, pre-capture and top shutter speeds of 80,000 per second, is certainly going to redefine the way that you capture high-octane content, whether it's sports or wildlife events. When partnered with the new FE 300mm f2.8 G Master lens, even when using teleconverters, it's certainly going to become a fan favourite that we see at the side of the track or poolside. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe, ring that bell to get notifications of all the latest content, and if you'd like any more information, please check out the link below or pop into your local London Camera Exchange.